Hello, Steve Fletcher here, and welcome to the Everything Guide to Learning to Play Guitar. Before we get started, can I ask you please to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube page, and really help me grow my business. Also, if you've got time, head over to FletcherSteve.com, where you'll find a multitude of resources constantly being updated to assist you with your day-to-day guitar playing needs. Okay, you're excited. You've got your tuition guide. You've got your first guitar. You're very excited. Everything's happening. Where do you start? Stop. Now, the chances are you've got to playing guitar because you've seen someone else playing guitar. Whether it's, your favorite guitarist, your friends, your guitar teacher, someone somewhere has planted that seed that that's what you want to do. That's what you want to be. All right? And I don't want to derail your enthusiasm, because keep hold of it. It's absolutely phenomenally important that you are enthusiastic about this instrument that you've learned to play. But I just want to say one word to you, one very important word that's going to take you a long way on this journey. And the word is, drum roll please, practice. Now, I'm not going to say that you should practice until the cows come home. I mean, it would be wonderful if you did, but you should set aside a little bit of time to try and practice every day, if you can. Even if it's just for a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes, it's better than nothing, okay? Now, if you've got a small child who is wanting to learn and, they're a bit resistant to this idea of practice, then throw it in between other things. If they're having that break from their screen, then just say, I'll just do 5 minutes of guitar playing and then get back to your screen. Or if they're watching, their favourite television programme and the adverts come on, just say, well, while the adverts are on, just go and grab your guitar and just do 4 or 5 minutes on your guitar. It really is quite simple, if you think about it, to slot that practice in to your busy life. But it really is important. Without it, absolutely nothing will happen. And what I mean by nothing will happen is you will not learn to play this instrument. Now, I always get asked, how long have you been playing? Which roughly translated, I've been playing for over 30 years, but roughly translated, how long have you been playing for means, how good are you? And that's where we get into this idea of practice, because actually, it makes no difference how long you've been playing. It makes no difference. Let's take two people, for instance, who have been playing guitar for a year, all right? Someone who plays, person number one picks up their guitar every day. They're going to get 365 practice sessions a year. Whereas person number two only picks up their guitar once a month. Obviously, they're only going to have practiced 12 times in the year. So who's going to be the quicker learner amongst those two? Now, I've always maintained throughout my teaching career that learning to play guitar is easy if you do your practice. People tend to forget the second half of that sentiment. People start playing guitar because they want to learn to play their favourite songs. They want to be like, insert guitarist name in here. You've got to get through these pieces and these songs, these beginners pieces where you're learning all this stuff in order to get to that stage. If you do plenty of practice, all that beginner's stuff will absolutely fly by, and you'll get to the stuff you want to get to much faster than if you don't practice. Okay? It's kind of a self-fulfilling thing. The more you practice, the better you get at it, the more enthusiastic you become because you're getting better. And because you're getting better, the more you want to play. And the more you want to play, the better you get, the more enthusiastic, and so it goes on. All right? The opposite is true, of course. The less you practice, the less good you get, the more fed up you get with it, the more frustrated you get with it, therefore the less you want to play, therefore the less you play, the less enthusiastic you get, and so on all the way down to the bottom where you ultimately say, no, it's not for me, guitar. So just try and remember this little mantra that I learnt a few years ago. If it is to be, it is up to me. Okay, just try and remember that. Anytime you're thinking, oh, practice, really? We all have those moments where we all think, oh, really? But it is crucial to everything that you do. Okay, and it will never go away. It will never go away. You always have to practice. It's very easy to look at me or look at any other guitarist and go, well, they've done it. They are at that level. They never have to work it again. That's not true. You know, that need to practice what you're doing will never change and it will never go away. All these songs, all the techniques, all the things that you will start to do have all been designed to move you forward in a very specific way. So try to remember that you're learning the techniques and the chords just as much as you're learning the songs. In fact, the song that you're learning is almost secondary to the chords and the techniques that you're learning. And each bit will get you to the next bit, and so on and so on. You might come up against songs that you don't like. There's plenty of songs in this tuition guide that I'm like, oh, I hate that song. But think about it though, the more you practice, the quicker the songs that you don't like will go away. And there are some terrific songs, some absolute belters of songs in this book, if I do say so myself. So, to summarise, number 1, practice. Number 2, practice. Number 3, see number 1 and number 2. Have fun, guys. Bye-bye.